kick us off.
Sure. Well, let's just start with that. I mean, other than this public call, are you able to do anything about this?
I don't have any specific actions to preview, Matt, but as we've said previously, we have a number of tools at our disposal to hold the Iranian regime accountable. We have done so and taken action at various intervals over the past number of months, whether it be sanctions, whether it be designations of entities and individuals, doing so in robust and close coordination with our allies and partners.
But you would concede that those haven't worked.
Well, Matt, what I would say is that the actions that we have taken have had an effect. They've had an effect in the sense
They haven't
that
stopped the repression or these executions.
I'm not trying to make the case that they have done that, but they have had an impact in further isolating the Iranian regime and making them more of a pariah on the national stage.
Okay. And then I just have.
Thank you, Vedant. Happy Friday. Just before I dive into my questions, to follow up with what Matt asked, and based on your response, you also say that you have exhausted your options, right? I mean, there are still tools in your toolkit, just you haven't used them yet.
There are always tools in our toolkit, and I certainly wasn't trying to make the case that we have exhausted our options. We continue to have tools at our disposal to hold the Iranian regime accountable, and you've seen this administration take action from this department, from the Treasury Department, from other entities within the executive branch. We have done what we can to hold the Iranian regime accountable, and will continue to do so through this government, but also in close coordination with our allies and partners as well.
Is sanctioning the supreme leader for gross human rights violations on the table?
I'm not going to talk about what's on or off the table. What I'm going to say is that we have taken action. We continue to have tools at our disposal, and we'll continue to do what we can and do it in close coordination with our allies and partners to hold the Iranian regime accountable for its egregious human rights violations, for its killing of its own people.
Thanks so much. Moving to Russia, the secretary yesterday.
Actually, can we stay on this subject and then I'll come back to you? Go ahead, Gupta.
Thank you, Vedant. The European Parliament, members of the European Parliament are more and more calling for the EU to designate the IRGC as a terrorist group. Britain, the UK, is also agrees with this. In addition, a member of the UK Parliament today, for example, called even for more actions, like recalling ambassadors from, or at least the UK ambassador for Iran, to Iran, expelling Iranian diplomats, completely stopping the JCPOA talks, step back, and similar actions in this line. Does the Biden administration agree with the above actions in downgrading diplomatic relations, or is it of the camp that things, at least one channel of communication needs to stay open?
Well, let me say a couple of things, Geeta. First and foremost, we have designated the IRGC, and that is because we continue to believe that the Iranian regime, and largely through the IRGC, it has taken part in malign and destabilizing activities, not just in the immediate region, but the world more broadly, activities that are harmful to not just the United States regional and national security, but those of our allies and partners. I will leave it to other entities to speak to their own determinations and the own designations that they make within their own foreign policy. Similarly, we'll leave it to other countries to make their own determinations on their diplomatic relations with Iran and anything like that. But what I would say specifically to your question about the JCPOA, Geeta, is that for some time, and this is not something new that I've said, the JCPOA is not on the agenda right now.
Yeah, sure.
Jane.